Welcome back to the
Creator
Show.
Creator Show.
Guys, let's do it again.
I'm a bit late.
Never mind. So hey guys, welcome back. So my name's Jane. For those of you who don't know me, well, obviously you haven't paid close attention to the master's Instagram or Facebook story because I appear on his story a lot. Most likely during the lunchtime or dinner time because I'm the foodie that everyone knows. So today we have Mike. That's come back to our creator show. Welcome. And we have Svenja, the director of Worth Yogi. Welcome.
Thanks.
So before I go on to the next person, Ash, can I ask you a question, director?
Go ahead.
I'm wearing this orange, bright orange. I'm Worth Yogi hoodie. Do I get like an ambassador fees or promotion fees, celebrity fee? Because I do have some followings, and I'm promoting your brand. So,
Well, there's no Wealth Yogi logo on that.
But that is a good point. I am creator team. Then I should ask it from master. Anyway, so we have Nash coming back to our shows. So today, it's actually these questions I've been burning, want to ask, but never really find a good opportunity. So maybe let's ask Mike. As everyone know, is a partner of Rebecca G, and you guys been living in India how long?
8 years in Bangalore.
8 years in Bangalore. Oh gosh, I remember first time I went to Bangalore. Have you guys been to India before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. How was it? How was your first impression in India?
It was a very interesting drive from the airport to the place I was staying. Like, I was quite freaked out by the way they drove. Like, when like you have a car, then you have like a truck, and then a tuk-tuk, and tuk-tuk they like just squeeze in between, and you're like, oh my god, I can't watch.
Oh gosh, I know how I feel. I know how it feels. I don't know if any one of you done it. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I think it was quite fun. We actually fit 6 or 5 people, 5 of us in a small tuk-tuk. Like 5 of us in tuk-tuk. We're just sitting on each other's lap, and we're thinking maybe we can break some record of how many people we can fit in tuk-tuk.
You'd never do that.
Yeah.
Because school kids go out in those, and there's 8 or 10 of them.
Wow.
And they're hanging off the side of the things. It's so dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Putting adults in there, 5 is easy.
Did you get used to the traffic quickly when you moved there?
You do when you're driving. You have to.
Yeah.
And I started driving quite soon when I got there, because being ferried around in a tuk-tuk is not comfortable.
Yeah.
I felt safer if I was doing it myself. So I got on my motorbike and off I went and started driving around in a motorbike. And I just felt a lot safer.
At least you were already used to drive on the left side, right?
Yeah.
Or is it right here?
Left.
See, I'm so confused.
Left. No, they are on the wrong side, so that's left.
From time to time, it still happens to me that I go on the wrong side, and Josh next to me like, Svenja, wrong side. I'm like, oh my gosh.
But I had spent 6 years in Spain before I went to India, so I got used to driving on
the right
other
side.
side of it.
I see. So I actually go back to my questions. I want to ask is to Mike. So how does it feel like, or what kind of lifestyle, or what is it like dating with a person who's so spiritual? And I can see from now that you become quite spiritual as well after we went to Himalayas, and you've been doing all the yoga more seriously. Like, how does it feel like dating with someone like that, like spiritual people?
Well, I think I've always been a spiritual person. I just didn't know that I was, because everybody knows what spirituality is now, but not when I was young. Nobody knew what it was.
Did you?
And it's not that common now because people associate spirituality with religion so easily. So a lot of people just think, oh, it's just religion. And that's almost certainly what I did. But I was always on the different side. I never conformed, and I was a lot more aware. I'm an artist, and I just put it down to being artistic. But I think it was always spiritual.
That's awesome.
And when I did martial arts, I wasn't interested in the thumping people side of it. I was interested in the Zen side of it.
Zen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, I was introduced to spirituality a long time ago, back in the early 70s. But that was, as I say, under the
So were you in the hippies? Early
Nah,
70s.
Oh, I would like to see.
That's the
I'm a
time.
young old person.
No, I'm saying like, are you into like? Do you have long hair?
Oh yeah, I've
Going
got
to
long
Queens.
hair. I've got a cupboard full of wigs. No, I was. The 70s was good music, and I loved
Yeah.
the music of the 70s, and I still listen to it.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't. The 60s music I liked, but I wasn't old enough to be.
You're not that old.
Did you just say? I'm very young.
You're very young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting younger every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Especially you do enough headstand, King of Asana, then your gravity goes in the other way. Yeah, so you
But
look younger.
But I think you haven't really answered her question. I'm so curious.
That's what I was thinking
Were
as
you,
well.
were you
Good shout.
spiritual before?
Diversion. That's the way you deal with these questions. You see, if it's an awkward question, you divert it and give the answer that you want to give. You don't give the answer that they want to hear.
So did you believe in
But
God?
then we can still ask the answer. We can still ask the question we want to ask.
Yeah.
So how does it feel like to date someone who's so spiritual? Like, do you have any like? Because you are now vegetarian. Were you vegetarian before you met
I
Rebecca G?
started being a vegetarian in the early 80s.
Oh.
And I was on and off, on and off, on and off.
Oh, I totally understand why.
Eating meat I never enjoyed eating meat.
What? Like never? Ever?
I did because I had to. But I never really enjoyed it. So when I started learning about food properly and found that vegetarian is actually what we should be doing, I gave it a try.
Yeah.
And I've just drifted in and out. But the last 4 or 5 years, I've been completely vegetarian, right on the edge of being a vegan now.
Yeah, maybe right on the edge of cutting all the sugar as well. Every time when he see me eating a chocolate, he will give me this look. It's like, do you know what are you actually doing to your body? And I'm like, I'm consuming a good chocolate.
Sugar is already vegan. That's why so many vegans are sick. Because that's what they fill their diet up with, and they shouldn't.
Yeah, but
Sugar's poison for everybody.
Sugar tastes nice, right?
What about black
girls?
sugar? Black sugar is good for women.
What is black sugar?
Oh, you mean you don't know?
No, I don't know.
Like black sugar or dark brown sugar, they're more raw, and they contain iron. So that's why in Chinese we have the, or even Korea we have the recipe of ginger sugar tea. Because that's really good
is it
for
sugar?
women.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sugar.
Then it's bad for you.
Anything is sugar related, Mike will categorize as threat, like no good.
It's a fine.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's what's most important.
Hey?
You've got to eat what your body demands.
Yeah.
But eating too much of it that's no good.
I think that's the same for everything.
But if
You need to have appropriate.
sugar is so easy to eat too much of.
It does. Actually, when you talk about your body demands, but I'm thinking about what about environment is setting up in a certain way, and that give people maybe have a impression of maybe I should try. So Nash, here's a question for you. Most of the people, like our friends and our, I'm
Where
creative
I
team.
work,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm creative team. We mostly are vegetarian. Even
Yes.
me. Like
Even
so.
man now is a vegetarian.
Even man is eating. No, he's pescatarian. That's a,
What's that mean?
like eating fish and vegetable. No red meat. Only fish and egg. So
That's
how
not
does
vegetarian.
that's pescatarian?
And why is vegetarian?
But he is towards to vegetarian. But however, my question to you
There's a lot of
is,
confusion here.
I know.
what's your what do you think? Like, do you think one day you will slowly become vegetarian, or you have an idea of maybe vegetarian is cool or good?
Like, I will not smoke because everyone smoke around me. So that's the same thing. I will eat what my body want me eat. So I don't really like
How
a
do you
snack
know what your
person.
body wants you to eat?
When I have some craving, so I know I
Yeah,
crave.
but you can crave a donut and you shouldn't eat that.
I don't really crave a donut.
Yeah, but you could do.
Then I will eat it.
You should hear.
Seriously, life too short for me, for what I've experienced. So I will not say, oh, because of that, because what I experienced, so I'm going to do things recklessly. But I will say, like, I will enjoy my life. I will not be harsh on myself. But I'm practicing Zen, and that's my way of practicing. Maybe eventually I'll become vegetarian, and maybe eventually, I don't know. So I will just embrace whatever life brings to me.
That's nice. That's nice.
Mm.
You had something you want to say, Svenja?
Yeah, I just thought like it. I mean, it's very important that we understand why we do something or not do
Yes.
something, and there's actually no point in being a vegetarian if you don't see the reason behind it, or yeah.
Yeah. You know how hard, I won't say hard, but Master tried. He tried a lot of time to try to turn me to vegetarian. Before I went to India to train with Rebecca G, and, went to Himalayas to not hang out with Grandmaster. Did I just... I was trying to say hang out,
So
but
we want to
no,
know
it
about
was-
your hanging out with Grandmaster now. That was more.
Learning from Grandmaster. Master tried multiple times. Every time when I see him eating or order his food, he'd be like, "Jane, you should try. Just try it." I'd be like, "So what is it for?" He's like, "Practice compassion." You know how he does that? Practice compassion. I'm like, I know I'm compassion, and that's enough. And I love meat. I will eat it, and I still love it. So that was my attitude. But then after I went to Himalayas and, the month living with Mike and Rebecca G, I realized that there's something even beyond what I'm craving for meat. So right now, I'm not sure if you remember or even Angela talked about it, that before the first week I went to India, because we start eating vegetarian food, and I was craving for chicken. So I would just sit, and every night after we finish training of yoga, and after we have a big meal of food, I would just sit on a bed, hide under my blanket, and have my phone out, go on Instagram, search for ASMR chunky food. So you'll hear people have this sound of eating food. Then it's chunky. So you replace this, like, it gives me an image of I'm eating it. It's like a replacement of me eating chicken.
Why does that not
That's
surprise
torturing.
me?
No, I find it a pleasure. It was a pleasure at that time when I couldn't eat any chicken. But now I don't do it anymore because I'm very happy being vegetarian. And I know why I want to be a vegetarian. So that's
Why?
something. For a bigger purpose.
And
What's
the
the
bigger
bigger purpose?
purpose is?
Is universe will tell me one day. Even Bella's
So it's
laughing.
got nothing to do with the compassion for the animals.
I think it does. Like a compassion to myself as well. Like I realized. So one day after I become a vegetarian, like a month and 2 months later, I had a piece of pork by accident, and then I immediately feel this like, feeling in my body, and I just wanna vomiting. So that's the time I realized, oh, my body is telling me no, no, that's not what I want. So I'm listening to it. So it's a kind of compassion to myself, and also what masters say, compassion to the life. Yeah,
Vegetables alive.
it is a life, but at the same time, as a human, we still need certain energies, like outside energy to keep us going. So I'm sorry, you have to sacrifice your life. Yeah.
Being compassionate to yourself is probably more important than to the other animals.
It is.
And the body isn't designed to eat meat, so don't eat it.
Isn't
Be
it?
compassionate. Love yourself. Don't
Yeah.
eat meat.
I'm loving myself. That's why I eat meat. Okay, don't worry.
That's such a.
But there's a lot of hard and fast rules.
No.
But it's how you're brought up and the culture you're brought up in.
No. Now.
And if you're brought up in a culture that is predominantly meat or fish, then that is actually what your body needs. But you can cut right down on it. It doesn't need to eat that much.
So
But
I think
it will have a need for it because that's how the body's evolved over the years of living there.
I think like everyone have their different like opinion and habit of eating. Like I still eat a lot of chocolate, and then Mike still give me this look. But you mentioned something, a keyword that recently I'm very connect with, or I find a lot of people around me are very connect with, which is love yourself, like self-love. So I know people around me been doing like diary because they have some realization, or they are conscious of in certain situation they will put other people's feeling or how first instead of themselves, and then they find this feeling, maybe we can say regrets of not to express the self, and so it leads on to another emotions, and it leads on to another seeking journey of why I didn't speak out during this situation, instead of letting other people share what they do and then I follow them. So it's like that kind of experience lead on to a topic of self-love, like how do we love ourselves, what can we do to love ourselves. I'm wondering, like, do you guys have we are all on this seeker's journey and connecting to our mind, body, and soul. So in certain ways that we must love ourselves, right? And all of you have on a different level of self-love. Maybe someone is beginner, maybe someone are more advanced. So do you guys have any tips or any things that you want to share?
Gratitude.
Gratitude to
Everything.
everything.
Be grateful for what you have got. If you're sitting down to eat, be grateful. It doesn't matter what it is. Be grateful because there's millions of people that are not able to sit down and eat a proper meal.
That is very true. Yeah, we
And
see
you
people.
may remember we always started a meal when you stayed at our house with gratitude.
Yes.
And it wasn't just thanks for the food and scoff it. It was be great, show gratitude for everything around you, the people around you, the company you're in, the day you've had. And it improves your life enormously just by being grateful,
Yes.
being here and being alive.
Yes, it does. Speaking about that, somehow I form a habit of pray before I eat, but it's slack once often. And every time it's slack, Anja will catch it. And then she will say, Jane, you're supposed to pray, isn't it? I'm like, and I will be, putting food on my mouth, and I was like, oops, got caught. It was funny. Yeah.
It's so cool, actually. We have this culture of accountability in our team. That's what I like a
Yes.
lot, because sometimes you want to implement something, but you have your habits, and if someone reminds you all the time, it's just much easier. And to pray for food is like the food nurtures you so much more if you appreciate it first, I feel.
Did you, were you used to pray for food before?
Um, mm, Not in the same way. Like I was used to like take a moment and give appreciation to the food. But now actually to the I like the idea of first like offering it to the energies and then ask for their blessings, especially like then also like if I have a day where I feel weak or something or like physically not very fit, like it just really makes a difference if you then ask your food you to or the energies to bless your food in a way to give you more strength, more that it maybe that it nurture you well and makes a big difference.
I wonder is it because it's Jen hosting today, so all we talk about is food.
Hey,
Doesn't
don't
matter
say
what
that.
we're talking about.
They always go back to food.
It always go back to food
Don't say
for
that.
some reason.
If Master is watching, he's not gonna let me host. And there's so many people like my hosting, right?
It's not about. No,
Comment
I'm not
below if
saying-
you like
I'm not
it.
saying-
Everybody
I'm
likes
not-
food.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just something I'm looking at Svenja. I'm like, we're talking about food a lot today. Even Svenja's talking about
So
food.
so what's your replacement for food?
Music. I just think about that.
So
Like-
what music? Come on. Apart from Queen, we already know you like Queen.
No, not only Queen. Just any music is good. I think, for me, it's more like how do I say? It's like food. It's about what I feel. I listen to new age. I listen to rock. I listen to pop. I listen to classic. Just whenever you feel. I think that's also about self-love and going back. Self-love, gratitude, and also to listen to ourselves.
What do you want to listen? What
Like-
kind of music you want to
like-
listen?
like really like giving time to yourself, because a lot of people don't understand what self-love it doesn't mean selfish. It doesn't mean just do everything for yourself, or doesn't mean you stop doing things for people. You just think, for me it's more like learning. Like for me, I think I'm right now, my journey is learn to understand myself. So it's an enlightenment, a journey of being enlightenment of myself, like unwrap myself, because we are always given so many package around us, like I am my dad's daughter, I am Svenja's colleague, I'm working this company, I having this responsibility, we are all wrapped by all this package. But what I'm doing now is I'm learning what is me, who am I, and from learning that, then we start learning to be grateful because we are here, and start learning to love ourselves, not instead of criticize ourselves, but we listen ourselves. But I don't really want to go to that deep. I really want to talk about
food.
I really want to talk about so Mike, where did you know Rebecca?
Oh yeah.
Let's go
That's
back.
I think I know the
actually-
story. I think I know
back
the
to
story.
the
I don't know the
Origins.
story.
We work together.
You were together.
Yeah.
Make
So-
it a bit more
Well,
romantic.
when did you found each other again? How?
We were both working for an Indian company. I was working in the UK for the Indian company, and she was working in India. She got then transferred over to the UK, but we were working on the same team, and I was a coach and mentor for the whole team for this application. And she was the brightest light in the team. So, of course, we spent a lot of time working together.
Uh-oh. I don't think that's a very good example. Using your position.
No, we hadn't met.
No?
No,
No.
that's
I
what
thought
Master
she was
says.
in UK.
She was, but we hadn't met. I'd moved to Spain by then.
Online dating it.
and we met when I took a trip back to the UK, and just arranged to meet up, and we went out for a meal.
That's nice. So she was spiritual already.
No,
So you made Rebecca G spiritual.
I nudged her in that direction. Yes.
So you actually asked the wrong question.
So what kind of question should I ask?
In the beginning you ask, what does he feel like to date
Yeah.
with a spiritual
no,
woman?
I just nudged her in the right direction.
So
What she's done since me nudging her is all her.
yeah,
And she just embraced it fully.
yeah.
Guys.
And she went off down that path and studies it. And she went off she not only studies with Grandmaster, she studies with Grandmaster's Master.
Yes.
And she spent hours studying Mahabharata.
Do you spend a lot of time apart because of her spiritual commitment?
No, not really. And it doesn't actually matter, even if we are apart, because the connection is still there. And one of the first things, or not one of the first things, you start learn when you're getting into any sort of spirituality. Detachment is one of the things that you actually need to embrace. One of the hard things, but it is one of the early things, and you need to start embracing detachment because you're not attached to anything,
It's really
including the I am. That's attaching yourself to something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's part of the detachment journey, is letting other people grow on their own.
So I think, just thinking for the people who are watching, there's some people who would be quite spiritual, what we say, and also the spiritual partner may not be so spiritual. So how they might have this question of, when Mike, you weren't that, you didn't realize when you were spiritual. How did you support your partner Rebecca G to go on her journey? Like what kind of action did you do, or what kind of things you would do for her?
So I encouraged her to take up yoga. And as soon as she started doing the yoga, she met Grandmaster. And immediately signed up for teacher training. And then I supported her all the way through, being a basic and then advanced and then master. And all the way along, she's learning more and more and more of the spiritual side.
I think I
life.
experienced what you asked before. Because when I started practicing, I was like owing, and then my partner at that time, he wasn't. He was really like, we were always 24/7. But when I was owing and when he's not doing practicing, there'll be time that we couldn't be together. And I need to meditate. I need to go to meet my master and things like that. And then I also ask for help because there's a lot of conflicts. And then the message I get is, then we should think, why do we make them feel insecure? Why do we make them feel, even though they are not spiritual, we don't need to ask them to be spiritual. We should still respect each other, and I should also give him the love, as like, even though I'm into my spiritual journey. So it's actually a really big topic. So but I think we just learn to be compassionate, to respect each other. And
So-
then
seems like compassion and respect is a keyword throughout the whole spiritual journey. Yeah.
It is.
How about you?
Respect for others, respect for self.
Yes. Yes. How about you, Svenja? Like, what's your thought about that? Okay, next.
Probably I prefer not to answer.
Not now.
No.
Okay, follow us closely, and
Yeah,
one
we
day
will update
Svenja-
you
Yeah,
with-
we will update you.
We'll update you with Svenja's opinion about how her partner can support her or what she can do with her spiritual journey
You never
along with her
know.
partner.
You never know. Maybe next time when she can talk about it, she already have
A baby?
partner. Can support her.
Why
You
does
know.
anyone want to get a partner for me?
Yeah, you don't even need to have a partner that can support you.
Yeah,
Actually,
no.
no.
We
No,
have family, we
there's-
have each other.
The spiritual path is a solo journey. You don't
Yeah.
you don't
You
need
don't.
It
a
is.
partner. Having somebody that supports you and helps you stay on that path can be important, but
Yes.
it's not a requirement.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we call each other in the end partner of karma. Partner in karma. Yeah.
Better than partner in crime.
I
Yeah.
was just thinking about that.
Yeah, it would certainly like make things much easier if the partner is spiritual as well. So, like, I would definitely like that. But I think the more important thing is that you get the support to do whatever is good for your growth, and just having that support is actually more
absolutely.
important
Yeah.
Absolutely.
than
They
The partner
have
to
to
be
at least
spiritual himself.
understand what it is you're trying to do
yeah.
I
and
think-
let you do it. And
let you do
that's
it,
a
yeah.
little bit of detachment there.
I think one of the problem, not problem, is what I see is some people actually, when they are into a spiritual journey, they become another person, and that's why that partner of the spiritual person is so
Concern?
dramatic about it, because suddenly the person he or she know does it's not the same anymore. So I think we just need to, we don't go crazy about anything, So we just need to.
She goes crazy about food. Spiritual
People-
food.
People knows that. People
Yeah.
knows that. I was just I was posting last night after Master have a when you come from Wealth Yogi, and there will be like a session that you just ask Master anything openly, and then people are asking about people are asking all sorts of questions, and that gets me wonder, and I had a lot of thought about my spiritual journey, which hasn't been long yet, and why I suddenly met Rebecca G in Taiwan, and why I suddenly decided to go to yoga. I hated yoga. I didn't like yoga. I don't like exercise. If you scroll back to Master's Instagram photo like 2.5 years ago, you will see Master doing this yoga movement, and I was sitting there in Sukhasan, but my face wasn't happy. My face is just like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking cold. I want to get out. Why am I in UK? Like this kind of face. And so I remember that picture, and I was thinking, so why did I say I want to go to Himalayas? I want to go to yoga to Rebecca G at the first time we met. Then, I've been there, done that, went to Himalayas, met Grandmaster and everything. I just had a reflection and memory go back. So I made a post on Facebook, just says that people find Jane being very, very different. Not that talkative anymore, although I'm still quite talkative.
I was like, are you
yeah.
joking?
I
Well,
noticed.
It's not very difficult to stand out as talkative.
Yeah, especially in a group of like this.
Like what?
Like, not you, but this. Yeah, but I had a feedback that people say, Jing, like, are you okay? To me all the time, ever since I've been to Himalaya. They were like, are you okay? Why are you so quiet? I'm like, I just enjoy being here, seeing you guys so happy, and it makes me happy, but I just want to shut my mouth watching you guys being happy, And I believe a lot of people been spending a lot of time with themselves as well after they go on a spiritual journey. And my parents find me pretty extreme, from a crazy meat lover become a crazy vegetarian. Every restaurant I go, I'll be like, do you have vegetarian food with no onion, no garlic, no mushroom, and no egg? You know?
No eggs, a tough one.
Yeah, no
entire
eggs
one.
is a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's a journey of your, not just spiritual, but also getting yourself better, a quality time to spend with yourself, and really understand what you are capable of and what you can achieve, what you can do, and what kind of positivity you can make in this world. So it's a great time that you should spend with yourself as well. I'm thinking about time.
What do you think about
Yeah.
that?
Guys, do you guys want us to carry on or just stop right there? I think we'll carry on anyway. You guys like us talking, right?
Don't need to conscious about time.
No?
No,
Time is gold.
time is time.
You're switching topic a lot. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Are you? Well, what's the
So-
topic today
so
then? How's Rebecca?
What is your topic for the day?
Yeah, what is your topic?
I just said I feel we have too many topics. Now you want to
That's
bring
what
in
creator show about.
Next
We
to
never
Create
know
a
when
new
we're
topic
talking.
for
Yeah.
you. Come on.
new topic.
One more question I want to ask Mike about
Right.
him and Rebecca. Yeah. So I think next time we need to ask Rebecca too. How do you feel about it to be with a spiritual person?
Or maybe it will be something like Mike think he's being very supportive. And however, when we have Rebecca Jiang here, she will give us a little bit different answer.
Maybe.
Did I just say that in front of Mike? Okay, never mind.
Mike been thinking. Okay,
I
I'll be
don't.
waiting.
I don't think she would actually.
I actually don't think she would.
But how do you feel about coming back to England from India?
Cold.
Have we talked about it?
Do you know India has about 300 days of sunshine,
Sunshine, no rain. I'm sure
and
there's
you come back here, and you can't even have 300 minutes of sunshine without it being interrupted with a cloudy sky and some rain.
You sure not 300 second?
minutes. Really? But I thought India is really wet.
Hmm?
I thought India is wet. Especially in the
Humid.
winter.
It depends where you are.
Right.
Some parts are very humid,
Yeah.
and in the rainforests for 3 months of the year it's
Yeah.
very wet.
Yeah.
But Bangalore is got its own eco-climate.
Right.
It's on a plateau,
Right.
and it's pretty nice most of the year round.
Oh.
It doesn't get too hot. It only goes up to maybe 35.
That's not too hot.
And well, compared to some odd days in Delhi where it's up at 50, and it doesn't very often get below 10 degrees either.
Mhm.
So it's a nice all-round temperature, and even in the rainy season it doesn't rain that much. You
Okay.
can get away with wearing light clothes most of the time.
Yeah, but it's cold in England. However, if you think it's cold here now, you should experience Himalayas. 434. Okay,
Meter.
never mind.
Are
Meter.
we really talking about weather, guys?
We are in
I should
England.
probably I
England.
should
You need to
probably
adapt
only
English
consider
culture.
to give you a topic. Or I think we just finish.
Oh, actually, Bella just told me the time is up, so we should finish. Yeah,
We're
but
really just talking about things that we're supposed to finish.
I think you guys enjoyed it, right? If you joined, comment below. Otherwise, we will see you on the next
So,
Creator Show.
I'm sorry, I'm only the
Guys,
third
we need to
time.
spend more time
Make
together.
sure to hit the
Make sure you
thumbs up
do hit the thumb.
Okay.
And then,
ring that notification
yes.
bell.
Oh, that's nice.
And
And comment below. Bye, guys. Wait. Let me do this.